Well, hello and welcome to my latest video. This one is about bags. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know I have a bit of a thing about bags. Now, you will remember, if you're of a certain age, the wife of the Philippine president, whose name was Imelda Marcos, was known to be a shoe collector. She had one pair of every shoe ever made throughout recorded history. She had warehouses bigger than the whole Amazon operation. Whole cities in the Philippines were given over to the storing of her shoes. And if Imelda Marcos was to shoes as Elizabeth Taylor was to husbands and Joan Collins was to anti-aging cream, then Julian, i.e. moi, am to bags. And so, to bags, and this bag in particular. Now, this is a bag for the Brompton. I suppose you could use it on a normal cycle, although you would have some difficulty attaching it to a normal cycle. We'll get to that in a moment. This is called a Borough Bag, and I did purchase this actually a couple of months ago, but I haven't used it yet, but I am planning to use it possibly next week on a little excursion that I'm going on, for which there may or may not be a video depending on how I feel. Anyway, it's in a rather attractive dark grey. Some people call this battleship grey, some people call this nuclear submarine grey, some people call this exhausted coal seam grey, although that's probably more black. Some people just call it dark grey. I call it dark grey with a little bit of light grey, so there is kind of lightish grey here, cruiser grey we call that, cruiser grey for the strap. So I think it looks rather nice. That's the first thing, and it's important for things to look nice in the same way as it's important for somebody like me to look nice, especially when you're on YouTube a lot. You know, you do your hair, you do your makeup, you have a shave. I mean, I obviously haven't had a shave. I mean, you brush your teeth. I obviously haven't brushed my teeth. You wash under your armpits. I obviously haven't washed under my armpits. But if you're a proper YouTuber, somebody with I don't know, upwards of 10,000 subscribers, then you would keep yourself hygienically clean. I don't bother because I'm not at 10,000 subscribers. You also get a shoulder strap. This is the shoulder strap, and the shoulder strap says on it Brompton, in case you're not sure of what you've got over your shoulder. It might have been more helpful if it had said shoulder strap, because that's what it is, because it's not a Brompton. The Brompton, as you may know, is an incredibly heavy folding bicycle, of which I own one. The shoulder strap is padded there, so when it's on your shoulder there, you don't feel the weight of the bag quite so much, although you're not normally going to carry it on your shoulder because it's bad to go on the Brompton itself. Anyway, so that's the shoulder strap. Now, and the back of the bag, this is the back of the bag, by the way, this is the front of the bag. So if you're cycling along and you were cycling on behind somebody, when they looked behind them, they would see this part of the bag coming towards them. Is that clear? Whereas if you're on the bike yourself and you're looking down at the bag, although you should be looking at the road or cyclists in front of you, or buses or cars or BMWs that are trying to run you over, then you would see this on the back of the bag. So although this is facing towards you, now this is not what you would see if you were cycling along and you looked behind you. This is what you would see if you were cycling along and the bag was on the bike in front of you. Anyway, and there are two pockets here. You see, we call these pockets. They're attached with these press studs. Do we call them press studs? I was a press stud in my youth, and it can attach in two different places, which will make the pocket sort of slightly bigger or slightly smaller, depending on which way you want to look at it. Now, that is a useful place to put a water bottle or something else. As you may know, there isn't a standard water bottle cage on the Brompton, so that is a useful place to put a water bottle or other stuff that you wanted to put in it. At the front of the bag, let me just undo this particular clip here. At the front of the bag, you'll see a zippered opening. There you are. I've undone the zipper and showed you the opening. And intriguingly or interestingly, there is a zip on the right hand side that you could then open with your right hand, as I'm doing now, although I have to hold the bag there with my left hand to open the zip like that. But there is also a zip on the left side, which is here, which enables me to hold the bag in my left hand and open the zip with my right hand. Why it's got two zips, I don't know. I suppose some people are left-handed, some people are right-handed, some people are neither-handed. And anyway, there are two zips, and they're quite nice zips. Now the bag itself opens in three ways. There is this clasp system here, and you'll see this. I don't know what this is called. If you know what this kind of connector is called, leave a comment down below, because I don't know about it. It's used in all kinds of packaging, and whoever invented it, it was invented by my grandfather, by the way, but he forgot. It says there, what does that say? Stealth pod, I think. Is that what it's called? Is it a stealth pod? I don't know. Anyway, it was invented by my grandfather, but unfortunately he didn't patent it, so we got no money from it, which is a big shame. So there's that clasp there at the front, and then there are two clasps, one on the right hand side here, one on the left hand side there. So if we open both of those up, so that's opening that one, and that's opening the one on the left side, we can open up the bag, and you can see, I think, from the way I've done it, that this is a roll top bag, and the reason it's a roll top bag is that makes it pretty waterproof. Now, I haven't used this in anger, haven't used this in the rain, haven't used this in a monsoon or been caught in a flash flood or anything like that. So I can't tell you whether it is actually waterproof, but I think that roll top system at least is designed to keep the contents inside pretty dry. So you roll it up and then you reclasp it here at the side. But before I do that, let me show you the inside of the bag. You see the inside of the bag there? It's pretty capacious. That's quite a nice word, isn't it? That means it's quite big. It's quite capacious is related to capacity. So there's big capacity for a lot of stuff in there. Now, I believe it's 28 litres, although don't quote me on that, but 28 litres, I mean, that doesn't really help, does it? What are you going to do, pour 28 litres of tomato ketchup in there? No, you're not. You want to put stuff in. So let's think of the kind of stuff that you could put in there. You could put in 4 babies, let's say 3 to 4 months old, something like that. You could probably fit 4 in. You could fit in probably 2 small pigs. I've got 2 cats. I should think 2 of them plus 2 others, possibly 3 others on top of each other. They might need to be, packed down fairly firmly, but I think they would fit in. What else would fit in? A fairly short, some kind of height challenged comedian could probably fit in there. They might have to sit cross-legged or something. What else would fit in there? I would say about a bag of your average sort of garden rubbish, perhaps a plastic recycling box full of paper, that would maybe fit in here. I would say around about 18 Warburton's multi-seeded brown loaves, not white loaves, you wouldn't get as many as them inside, but the brown loaves, I'm quite partial to them actually, preferably with salted butter, and some smoked salmon. I don't know if I tell you, I went to Swanage with my family last week, and I made for my wife and I one evening smoked salmon sandwiches with salted butter on Warburton's malted brown bread, and it was absolutely delicious. Going off topic a little bit there. So you could probably fit in probably half a dozen salmon, I should think, plus a few packs of butter, the aforementioned loaves of Warburton seeded bread, and when you got to your destination, you could take all of that out. You'd need a little bit of cutlery, perhaps a knife, a plate, something like that, but you could fit that in as well, and you would have yourself a pretty decent picnic. And if you'd put in, I don't know, a bottle of wine, perhaps some perhaps some Schlur apple juice. Have you ever tried that? Used to be quite partial to that. If you put that in as well, you'd get yourself quite a decent picnic. There are some suggestions that when Jesus went to the party, the kind of Jubilee party at Canaan, was it Canaan, was it Galilee, you know, the loaves and fishes thing, that he had a bag like this on the front of his Brompton, and he just took out fish after fish after fish, and then loaf after loaf after loaf, and you know, before he knew it, everybody had been fed with bread and fish, except for the vegans who said, I'm going, don't really eat fish, have you got anything else? And Jesus said, you're just gonna have the bread in that case. So you could fit all of that in the bag, and then you roll the top up like this. Let's roll the top up. See, I'm rolling the top up like this, and then we're going to attach it with this clasp thing. Remember, we didn't know the name of this, and it's fitted on there, and we put these clasps in like that. So, and like so, and you've also got two stretchy pockets. There's one stretchy pocket here on the left hand side, one stretchy pocket here on the right hand side. Left hand side as you're looking at the screen, right hand side if I'm looking at it. So left hand side for this one, right hand for you if you're looking at the screen, right hand for this, left hand for you if you're looking at the screen. And then it attaches with, it's got the, you see, it's got the Brompton, what do you call that? Somebody called that a triptych. And if you know, is it the Arnold Feeney marriage in the National Gallery? Is that a triptych? A triptych is where you've got, just going off topic a little bit, a triptych, and I'm kind of advertising my erudition here. A triptych is when you've got three pictures, so it's like a triple, see, triple picture. So you've got three panels, if you like. So this has got the Brompton triptych here. I don't know if you can see that. Having some struggle, having some difficulty showing it. But there is the Brompton unfolded. There it is partially folded, and there it is fully folded. And if you want to know how to fold a Brompton, you don't know how to, there is a video on my channel that goes through the whole process in detail. It takes about 45 minutes to watch, which is a kind of real-time unfolding, then another 45 minutes for the real-time folding up again, but it will tell you everything you need to know about how to unfold and fold up a Brompton. So there it is, there is the Borough bag. I'll show you in a moment just how it fits on the front of the Brompton. So if you haven't got a Brompton, that's not going to mean very much to you. If you haven't got one of these bags, that's not going to mean very much to you. But what I suggest you do, if you watch my video 10 reasons not to buy a Brompton, and then go out and buy a Brompton, and having watched this video about this Borough bag, which is quite good, fairly expensive, and then go and buy this, then you'll be able to have the bag, you'll be able to fit it onto the Brompton when I've shown you in this video, and then you'll be off on your travels with all of that stuff in the bag, and the world is your oyster. And if you are lucky, you will find that pearl in the oyster. And if you're unlucky, then you'll open up the world on your journey, and all you'll find is a bit of grit. But, you know, life's a bitch, and then you get home care. So thanks for watching. Oh, well, no, I can't do that yet because I haven't showed you it on the bike. So just wait a minute. Don't go away, don't go away. Right, so here is the Brompton. I must stride it like one of those rather elderly people who ride a Harley Davidson. But anyway, I must stride my Brompton or my chopper. I used to have one of those, don't have one anymore, a little bit old for that. So here is the bag, right? Here is the Brompton Borough bag. Here is the special connecting bracket thing on the bag. Here is, I think you can see this in the video. Let me just lift it up a bit there, a little bit painful for me. But there is the special Brompton carrier block to put bags on, and all you have to do is put it on like that, and there it is. It clicks into place with that satisfying click. And although I haven't ridden with the bag before, as you know, I'm told that it has no real effect on the handling because it's not attached to what do you call it? The the stem, the handlebars. When you're turning the corner or something like that, the bag itself does not turn with you because the bag is securely attached to the frame. I'm not explaining this very well, but I'm told that because of that, it doesn't really affect the handling. I suppose one of these days I'll find out when I go for a ride, having put a couple of pigs or the aforementioned salmon and Warburton seeded loaves, etc., into the front of the bag, and headed off on a life of journey, not a life of journey, a life of journeying, which one of these days I hope to do. So that's the Brompton Borough Bag, and I'll check on the price for you, or the rough price for you. It does vary slightly in different places, and leave it down below so that you know. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you like my videos, please like my videos. If you want to subscribe to my videos, please subscribe to my videos. If you want to click the notification bell, please click the notification bell. Please tell your friends, and please remember that my channel raises money for charity. Currently, it's raising money to support humanitarian relief in Ukraine. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.